Hello guys, welcome to my channel Clarity First and to this new series, Clarity Capsules. This is the first capsule, Democracy, right? We are going to understand the meaning of democracy. We are going to actually internalize what democracy is. So, let's begin. Democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. This is the quote that we read, right? In our school life, we read it, we memorize it, we reproduce it in our answer sheets. This is what we do, right? But is democracy only about this quote? By the way, this is the quote given by Abraham Lincoln. Think about it. Do you really understand the meaning of democracy with this quote? Probably not, right? So let's begin and understand the deeper meaning of democracy. By the way, this image is from IZ Quotes. All credits to this. Alright. So, we have a very broad understanding that democracy is something associated with rule of the people, right? But tell me one thing, why is this rule needed? Why do we need someone to rule over us? We can just live freely. Let's understand this. Imagine there were no government, no laws, no authority. Everyone could do whatever they wanted, right? So, if I earn my bread, someone comes and snatches it away from me, will that be fine? Think about it. Because I really can't do anything about it. There is no authority to rule us. There is no one to give punishment to the individual who have snatched this bread away from me. Think about it. So, we need an authority to rule because if not, it would become chaotic, right? No, there will be no one to protect people's right and to resolve disputes. Everything would become chaotic. People would fight, people would snatch each other's thing, and there will be conflicts. And society will not be able to function peacefully. Unless you function peacefully, you will not be able to be productive, right? So we have understood this that we need some authority to rule over us, right? Democracy is one of the form of government, but broadly there are some other forms of government, right? So monarchy is one such. What is monarchy? Where the rule is by the king. The king rules, right? The ruler is the king. So there is something called divine theory of kinship. Sorry. Just go and read about it. You will better understand it. And if you want me to explain this, just write it in the comments, guys. I am there for you to explain it. All right. So the king is going to be the ruler in dictatorship. One person, one strong person, or a strong group is going to rule. Someone has to rule. This is something that we've understood. So in dictatorship, one strong individual or one strong group will rule. But let's come to democracy. the form of government that we are going to study at length. All right. So, what is democracy? Firstly, it is a it has come from a Greek word, demos plus kratos. What is demos? People. What is kratos? Rule of. So it is the rule of the people, right? This is what we understand. Ultimate authority to rule rests with people. But why people? Why not a king or a dictator? Think about it, guys. Think about it. Let's understand the idea behind democracy, right? All right. So, the basic idea behind democracy is that every human being, every human being has equal dignity and moral worth, right? Therefore, no one is naturally born with the right to rule over others. Like we say, the king, that if someone is born in a royal family, that person will rule. What is this? This is monarchy. If there is someone who's very strong, that person is going to rule. That is dictatorship. But in democracy, if someone is to govern, that authority must come from the people, right? That authority must come from the people. So, this is the philosophical foundation, the idea behind democracy. So, democracy, just a second, all right. Democracy is based on a belief that political power is legitimate. Political power is legitimate only when it has derived the consent from the people. We should have this right to select the people who are going to govern us, right? So, this is the idea behind democracy. How do people exercise power? Let's see. So, we choose our representatives through free and fair elections. This is what we do, right? There are elections every 5 years in India. What do? We elect our representatives. This very representatives go to parliament, right? They make laws for us, they govern us. This is what is happening, right? We have delegated, we have delegated our powers to these representatives, right? All right. So, this majority wins. We've seen this. People are voting to the representatives. Majority people say vote to party A. This party A will win and form the government. So, can this majority do anything it wants? No, guys. Democracy is not simply a majority rule. This is what I said you in the beginning, right? We will understand the deeper meaning of democracy. So, this is what it is. It is majority rule within the limits of the constitution. It really can't do anything. Your rights are protected, right? Within the limits of the constitution. This is what constitutionalism is. What does it say? It says limited government, right? All right. So, democracy is not just a government where people rule every day. It is a government where ruler rules only because the people uh, have given them the authority to do so. Right? We can't really go to parliaments every day and debate, discuss about laws. You need some expertise. Even the people sitting in the parliament might not have those expertise because democracy is about majority. But there is bureaucracy assisting them, helping them, providing them the technical expertise, right? These people have legitimacy. People sitting in the parliaments, why do they have legitimacy? Because they have attained the majority. You have voted them. You are accepting them to be there in parliament, make laws for you, govern you, and all of it. Right? I hope you've understood. So, why do we say it is rule of the people, by the people, for the people? Right? Why do we say this? We have understood. Let's move on. There's a lot to understand, guys. So, how do you actually realize the meaning of democracy? Is democracy only about voting? It might be about voting, but it's not only about voting. So you elect your representatives. There are free and fair elections to be held. That is something that we've understood, right? Through elections, what is going to happen? You will choose the representatives, actually elect the representatives who will make laws, govern on your behalf. You have the power, right? This ensures that the government authority will come from people, right? Then, second deeper meaning, if we come into contesting elections, citizens can themselves become representatives, right? So, democracy only about choosing leaders? No, guys, it's not only about choosing leaders. It is also about the opportunity to become one, right? You can also become a leader if you attain that majority support. So, here, any eligible citizen, there are some eligibilities associated. Sorry, any eligible citizen can contest elections, right? And seek people's support. This keeps political power open to everyone, not just to a privileged few, right? Then freedom of speech. Why is it associated with democracy? You are actually supporting people, letting them form the government. Then you also have this right to criticize the government, right? You have this right. So, in a democracy, citizens have this freedom to express their opinions on public issues, right? And also criticize the government. You can also criticize the government. You are supporting them ultimately, right? If their actions are not just, you can criticize them, right? Even, let's come to the next point. You can raise public concerns while respecting the law and influence their decisions, right? If something seems unfair to you, see, we've written this here. You can ask the government to take action or change a policy. This is the deeper meaning of democracy. It was not only about voting. Your job does not end when you vote, it starts. Your task starts. Now you have to keep a check on the actions of the government. Criticize them. Sorry. Criticize them. Influence their decisions. Right? You are, you can do protest. We are seeing a very famous protest taking place here in India, CJP protest. We have this right as per the constitution, with some limitations, of course. There is nothing very absolute, there has to be reasonable restrictions, right? All right. Now, approaching the courts, very important one. If government makes some unfair laws, you have supported them, you have chosen them. Your task, at least for 5 years, you don't have this right to, vote again. Now, so you have chosen them. If they are doing some unfair activities, if they are making some unfair laws, then what is going to happen? You can protest, you can try influencing the decisions of the government, but even then there is some scope of, letting these unfair laws be there. What is going to happen? Judiciary will come in. Judiciary will step here. They will protect the right that is being violated. Right? So, independent judiciary. Independent judiciary will ensure that the government must act according to the law. Right? Government should act according to the law. So, how will this judiciary ensure it? How will it ensure? By judicial review. If there is some law that seems unjust, that is maybe violating the core of the constitution, then it will declare that law void. It will not let government go further with the implementation of that law, right? It will protect your rights. If you have read the chapter of fundamental rights, tell me in comments which article is the heart and soul of the constitution. It talks about the protection of these very rights, in fact, the fundamental rights. All right. So, this is the deeper meaning of democracy. It is not only about, you know, voting, right? It is the rule of the people. By how? By voting, of course, by criticizing, by peaceful protest, by freedom of speech and expression, and of course, judiciary, independent judiciary, a very prominent pillar of democracy, right? So, let's unpack the quote that we have read in the beginning. Democracy is the government of the people, derives its authority from the people. How? We're voting them. People elect those who govern. This is by the people, right? For the people, the government exists to promote the welfare of the people, right? People are deciding upon that who is going to govern us, right? So, democracy is not limited to voting once every few years, 5 years in case of India, right? It is a continuous process in which citizens participate, express their views, question those in power, and hold the government accountable, right? Accountable meaning asking the government to be responsible and justify your actions. We have chosen you, right? You have to justify the actions that you are taking, right? So, true democracy is not just the rule of people, it is the rule of the people under the constitution and the rule of law. Law is supreme, guys, right? इसको लैटिन में कहते हैं लेक्स रेक्स. I think this is what it is. Law is supreme. You are choosing the government, fine. But even then, government has to work under the limitations that the constitution provides. Government cannot curtail your freedom of speech and expression. Government cannot curtail your right to life because these are the fundamental rights that the constitution provides under what? Under part 3, right? All right. So we have completed our discussion of the deeper meaning of democracy. At least you will now understand that democracy is not only about voting. It's not only about electing the representatives. It is also about participating. It is also about criticizing the government. It is also about peaceful protest. It is also about that freedom of speech and expression that you get from the constitution, that the constitution provides you as a fundamental right. Nobody can curtail it unless there are, there is national emergency, right? All right. See, my endeavor is to help you understand things, internalize things, but also think critically. So, I have gotten a very small case study for you. Just see this. Think. Imagine that in a country, 90% of people vote in favor of banning the newspapers that criticize the government. See, there is majority support, 90% support, 90% of the population or the citizens or the voters saying that we want to ban these newspapers who criticize the government. Fine. Then, is it democratic? Think about it, guys. Pause करो वीडियो को, सोचो इसके बारे में. I want you to think conceptually. I want you to think critically. You have this, material right in front of you. We have just gone through it. Think, pause the video. Then we'll come to the answer, right? We have just read that there is some idea of constitutionalism. Majority support is fine, but even then the government has to work within the limitations provided by the constitution. There is something called freedom of speech and expression. You can't really curtail it, even if the majority says so, right? So, I would want you to think about it, give me a proper reasoning in the comments, right? All right, so we have completed our discussion of democracy. I think you would have understood a bit more than your school life. That it's not only about of the people, by the people, for the people. It's more about that. Right. We'll meet in the next capsule. Probably it's going to be demand. The concept of economics. The capsules are going to be, across subjects. You will have geography, you will have science and technology, you will have, economics, you will have political science as right. Thank you for your time. I hope you've understood something. Study well, and yep, bye bye.